Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Producer Dave.
Back with the second episode of the Horror Show Flashback. And this is going to be what I think was at least one of our 48-hour films. This might have been our first one. I don't know for sure.
I think it was our first one.
I think it might have been. But this one, I think all we had to... I don't remember what the parameters were of it. It's just it needed to be 3 minutes or less. Mm-hmm. Maybe they didn't even have the parameters. It was just you have to make a film in 48 hours for that first one.
I think it was.
But nonetheless, Private Residence was our first official horror film. If you guys watched our Hidden Intent episode, then you saw it was more of a mystery thriller than anything else. But this one was our first out-and-out horror film. It was, I can't even say what it specifically inspired it. But it was, what we had access to, which was a house that was about to be moved out of by a friend of ours who starred in the film, Josh Henson. Yep. We had an empty house, and then we had an idea. Guys. We had some gore, and we had a friend of ours who was Jewish, who I had the brilliant idea of having a fantastically ironic death. But nonetheless, it was, in my 18-year-old brain or 19-year-old, whatever this was. Maybe this was 21. I can't remember. Nonetheless, young enough where that excuses me. But nonetheless, it was a fun project.
Yeah.
And this was actually, if I recall, it was the first public viewing that we had for one of our movies. It was a part of something where we showed it on Mill Avenue at the Single Theater.
Well, they had the...
It was the Phoenix Film Project, right?
Well...
48-hour Film Project is what it was called, which was a subsection of the Phoenix Film Project, which is what that was called before it was the Phoenix Film Festival. So now it's the Phoenix Film Festival, but it started out as the Phoenix Film Project, and that was the 48-hour Film Project, part of it. And so they displayed it at a single theater, an art house theater on Mill Avenue, which was a college street, essentially. It's where ASU is located. And we were a part of a number of short films. And unfortunately, ours was the only one whose audio was messed up and delayed. And so I was so frustrated. I noticed it as soon as our film started playing. And I ran down the theater to the guys who were in control. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, I don't know. And I ran out to the car where I had a master copy of our film. And I'm like, you can't do this. You can't do this to us. This is the only, we're the only film that's going to be bad here. And so they played the whole film in its entirety with the sound out of sync. And then they were nice enough to go ahead and play the film at the end of the whole round after everyone had gone with the sound in sync. But at that point, everything had been ruined. All the scares had been ruined and everything. So it was a big bummer, man. It was a big bummer.
Yeah.
So here we are now.
In the big scheme of things, though. I mean, yeah.
Here we are now with a subscriber base of 16,500 people. Right. That theater was about 100.
Maybe.
So here we go. This is a much bigger potential audience for us. And this is Private Residence, you guys. Enjoy.
Be kind.
How long has it been?
Too long.
Damn it, Joe. Alright, I'm going in. Give me 10 minutes.
Yep.
Joe! 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 Joe!
Hey guys,
What happened?
what's going on?
What happened?
Uh-oh.
So there you go, guys. That was Private Residence. I really enjoy that movie. I
like
think
it.
the gore came out awesome. I thought the creepiness of everything. I thought the sledgehammer sound effect, which I specifically went into an alley and took a pumpkin and a sledgehammer and a microphone, and I went whack to get that beautiful skull cracking sound effect that we had in that film, which I'm sure I'll talk more about during the commentary episode that we'll inevitably do about this. But that was Private Residence. Dave, what are your, like, just without spoiling anything we'll go into in the commentary, what is one memory about this film that you have?
Well, I remember we shot the whole thing in one night.
Absolutely.
So it was like 6 hours. So it went by really quick.
Yeah. We did pretty damn good for 6 hours.
Yeah. And everybody who helped with the crew, except for me, I think, again, was in it.
Yep.
And I couldn't be in it because I was so busy.
It's so funny. Your avoidance of the camera begins way
Well,
back
it's also
then.
because it's like when you lose me to the camera, you lose like 3 or 4 other crew people.
That's true.
Which is what
That's true. That's
So-
true. But nonetheless,
But still,
That's what it was.
48-hour film challenges are great because they allow you to take what you have and finish something within a certain... Staying on a time budget is the hardest part about making a real feature-length film.
yeah.
So if you can get everything done in a certain amount of time, you know how much time it takes to actually get those things done. So it's a really good exercise.
We never even explained that a 48-hour film project was essentially... They said they gathered everyone together and they gave you a theme,
Right.
and then sent you on your way, and you had 48 hours to come up with a concept, script it, film it, edit it, post-produce it, and deliver it, score it, right, and deliver it within 48 hours.
Yeah.
So the entire 3-minute or less film had to be done in that amount of time. So that's how we did Private Residence, and I still think it came out pretty good for one of our early films.
That's creepy.
I think it's actually better than some of our other 48-hour films.
Again, this probably belongs in the commentary, but like, why? There's like there's newspaper down, like there are animals in this house. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Well, it could just
weird.
be the killer treats his
I know.
victims like they're rats.
It's just
in
weird.
a
It's
cage.
a weird
I don't know, who
little
knows?
independent.
Yeah, it's independent flavor. It was on purpose.
Yeah.
I swear. All right, guys. Well, let us know in the comments down below. What did you think of Private Residence? I'm very interested to hear your comments, and let's get a discussion going. Do you have any questions about it? Obviously, we were just fresh out of high school filming it, so things are a little bit different now. When I was in the car, and I looked a little bit different, although not terribly different. Thank you very much, except I've gained a little bit, but there's a little bit more smile to this shirt than there was years ago. But nonetheless, yeah, you're like, call it there. Abandon ship. All right, abort. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Until next time, I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Producer Dave.
And remember,
Stay
stay scared.